Welcome back to another episode of the Switch Survival Guide. Today we are going to teach you how to build an organic garden and how to grow corn, narco berries, carrots, potatoes, and lemons. And this is going to give us a constant supply of food so we will never go hungry. This will also give us a great taming bonus for herbivores that we tame. And we're going to go over every aspect of the process of growing a garden, from gathering the seeds to actually getting all of the fertilizer that we need. We'll do a quick rundown on compost bins and fertilizer, and then we'll also teach you how to actually lay out and build the crop plots that we're going to use to grow our vegetables. And we'll teach you how to build this on top of a floating fortress so that our roof becomes an organic garden that gives us all the supplies that we need anywhere we go. We'll also explain fertilizing, watering, and seeding the crops, and we'll show you how they can grow. Now, this guide is a bit long, but you will learn everything you need to know to grow your own organic vegetables and never run out of food again. So the first thing we need in order to grow our garden is to actually get the seeds we're going to plant. Now, every time you harvest berries from bushes, it gives you a very low chance to get a seed. Now, you can do this by hand, but if you want to effectively get a lot of seeds, you need to use a dino like a Triceratops or Stegosaur or one of their upgraded forms to get tons of seeds, and it just increases your chances by hundreds of times. Now, we're going to grow Savoroot, which is potatoes, Citronal, which is lemons, Rockarrots, which are carrots, and Longrass, which are corn, and those are the main vegetables. And then we're also going to grow some narco berries because those are always helpful. So we need to get at least 2 seeds for each type. So another thing we need before we get started growing our vegetables is we need a lot of fertilizer, and Herbivore Island happens to be about the best place in the game to get tons of medium dinosaur poop because there are so many dinosaurs here, and none of them will kick your butt when you steal their poop, unlike most places in the game. Now, I know that poop gathering expedition was one of the coolest things you've ever seen on Ark, but try to contain your excitement because we're going to use that manure to actually make fertilizer. Now, in episode 44, we did a guide on how to make and use compost bins to get fertilizer, and after a couple of hours, we've actually got some good bags of fertilizer, so we'll be grabbing those to use in our garden. So here we are on the roof of our floating fortress, and this is going to be an ideal place to make a garden because we can bring it with us and have a constant food supply everywhere we go. So I'm going to start by laying out some large crop plots, and we built a whole bunch of those. You can do this with any crop plots, small or medium or large, but we get a lot more vegetables out of the large crop plots. Now, in order to actually grow anything, we're going to have to put seeds in each one of these, and I'll go ahead and load out these crop plots and lay them out evenly. And I'm just lining these up using the little beams as a guide, and you can see here I'm actually putting the cross beams together so they line up perfectly, and then we'll drop that right there. And by doing that, we get the largest amount of crop plots for the smallest surface area. This is also absolutely perfect timing because it just started raining while we're laying these out, and the rain is actually going to start filling these up with water, which will save us a whole lot of time and trouble. So I'm going to make a nice design that's about 5 long and 2 wide, and that'll give us enough space to grow everything that we want, and we'll be able to have 2 plots of each different type of vegetable we're growing. So there we go, we've got these just about lined up, and I'm going to drop the last one here, and as long as the rain keeps raining, it's going to start filling these up with water, which is great. Now, in order to grow vegetables, each crop plot needs to have water, fertilizer, and seeds. seeds. And it helps to have a greenhouse effect, but we'll cover that in a different guide. We're not actually going to be able to make that here today. So as you can see here, if you look at the blue text on each of these, all of the plots are actually gaining water, and then the one that I've had for a long time with my turret in it has a lot of water already. So that's going to save us a lot of time because we don't actually have to worry about irrigating all of these crop plots. So in order to grow, each one needs to have a seed, and we're going to go ahead and place seeds in the rest of these plots. So I was originally going to put a seed in each time I put one down, but once it started raining, I realized it's a lot better to get as much water in these as possible. So I'm going to start by placing down some Longrass, which is going to grow corn, and I'm actually going to put the tallest plants on either side because it's going to block the camera a little bit if we've got tall plants in the middle here. And that's only because this is on a raft, so we'll put some Citronal, which is lemons, on the left-hand side here. And then the next one, I'll put down some Savoroot, which is potatoes. And those are reasonably tall, but kind of medium size. And we'll get those in the other two plots here. Now the very middle, I'm going to place Rockarrots because that's the shortest crop, and that's going to block the camera the least amount. So we'll go ahead and pull out the narco berries here, and I'm going to drop some Rockarrots down there instead. Now I'm just double tapping the B button to drop just one seed in at a time because each garden only requires one seed, and adding more seeds does not increase your productivity at all. So now every single crop plot has a seed in it, and they all have some water because the rain has been watering them slowly. And as you can see, most of them have almost 200 water in them, which is enough to grow for quite a while. And we'll cover irrigation in a second, but now we need to actually add some fertilizer. And as soon as a crop plot has a seed, fertilizer, and water, it will immediately start to grow. And there you go, our first plot actually started sprouting. So we're going to continue to open up the inventory of each one by pressing Y, and then dropping the manure in as fertilizer by double tapping B. And we're just going to fill up every single crop plot and try to make sure each one has about an even amount of fertilizer, because if any of these run out of fertilizer, the crop will actually die. So I'm just using the inventory to make sure I've got an even amount for each one. Now you can also walk up to the crop plot and press the X button if you have fertilizer in your inventory, and it will drop it right in. So if you can do that evenly, that's actually a good way to do it. So there you go. Now every single one of these crop plots has started growing, and they all show in the light blue text that they have a seedling, and it'll tell you which type of plant is growing. So these are all in great shape, but they're still kind of low on water. Now you can manually water your crops by dropping a water skin into their inventory and then using the right trigger to use that to drop more water in. And we could do this, but it'll take a very long time. Now, it's sometimes easier than making an irrigation system, but in the next episode, I will actually show you how we built this irrigation system using stone pipes and how to do that on a raft fortress, which is not normally possible. But we just did that to make it a really quick, easy way to irrigate all these crops, and it saved a lot of time. So we skipped ahead a bit, and all of the plants are now flowering, and we're just going to drop in a bunch more fertilizer, which we've gathered again, and we're just hitting the X button and dropping some into each crop plot and doing this evenly to make sure none of them run out of fertilizer. So they're coming along quite nicely, and skipping ahead again, you can see that every single plant is now mature, and they are finally fruiting, and we actually have all of the fruits and vegetables in their inventory, and they will keep continually producing those over time. So we now have corn, narco berries, carrots, potatoes, and lemons, which are going to be the basis of all kinds of recipes that we'll teach you how to cook later on. We are also going to be able to use those to feed to herbivores while taming for a crazy good bonus, and we can just eat them for snacks whenever we're hungry. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoy having your own farm and unlimited organic food to enjoy throughout the rest of your game. Also, if you have a floating fortress like we do, then you can bring this entire garden with you everywhere you go on the map. And if you missed how to build that and you want to build your own, there's going to be a link in the end of this video which will show you the entire Switch Survival Guides series, and there's an episode in there to show you how to do everything we've done so far. So if this video was helpful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel, and it will notify you when the next video comes out, which will teach you how to make this great irrigation system for your own farm. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.